Podcasting straight from North Carolina is Dr. Jennifer Eichner-Lowry, sharing her author journey with you. Jen Lowry Writes is a place where amazing things happen for authors and readers together. The Holy Spirit is the ultimate podcast host. Jen is just the bird singing the song. She is a published author, educator, homeschool mama, life coach, and dreamer. Join her on the daily journey of discovering what this writing life is all about. Let's see what she will be led by the Holy Spirit to talk about today. Here's Jen.
Thanks for supporting my Jen Lowry Writes podcast. My purpose is to inspire and encourage others to chase after their writing goals with faith and courage. By hitting the support this podcast button and with your monthly contribution of 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99, you are helping me chase after mine. Well, hey everybody. Gosh, it's been such a long time, I feel like, since I've made a solo episode. Wow. But I'm here, and I'm back, and I'm going to work every day now. So life is about to change once again. And we talk about the transitions that we have in our life, family, career, work, just day to day. And the writing never goes away from me. It's always here. I'm always pursuing my dream and going after goals. I just might not be as present here on the podcast, but trust me, it's happening. And there's so much to catch up on. I actually had to go back and say, wait, what was that last episode that I made? And it was a video that I'd made with my launch party. And I dropped it in here so you guys would be able to have that experience of a live launch party. Get to hear that, see how it operates. Not to say that I'm the best at it, but Lord, I do have a good time. So, 4 Musketeers came out this summer, but I've also been working on the release of The Sunday Killer. That is coming out August the 31st. Whew. So it had its life of its own, and it's been just blowing up, and I've been so blessed with everything that's been happening. One thing that I do want to encourage you guys to do is that when you are in your business and working your business, set goals for yourself and create yourself a wish list. So that's something that I've had going on for quite a while. Now, one of my friends, she actually makes a Pinterest wish list, and she'll actually put the products that have been reviewed and recommended, and she'll build her wish list. And that way, when a grant comes up or when some type of funds come her way, she goes straight to her Pinterest wish list. I think that is such a great idea. I don't do that, but it's awesome. I love Pinterest. I don't know why I don't have one. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? But I have a wish list all the same. And you guys know that I keep it in my journal. And there's some things on it that I want to talk about that have really impacted me efficiently and just productivity wise. And I'm just so pleased with the change. So I have people around me that have different types of computers, desktops, PCs, Macs. And, we talk back and forth about, what do we like? What's the best computer for us and this and that. Well, my husband bought me an HP a few years back when I was in my dissertation, and that joker is a dinosaur at this point. It is slow, it is swirly, it really legit takes like 15 minutes for it to load and get itself together. And he's like, it's because Discord, one of the boys had put Discord on there for me, and he was like, it's just slowing it down. And I'm like, no, this computer is just old, like legit old. It would start flashing. I was scared I was going to lose everything, so I started putting everything on the docs, on Google Docs, and just backing everything up. We did a backup. So here I am with business money. And I've had a wish list for a while, and on it was a Mac. Now, there's a reason why I wanted a Mac. Now, I have friends that have Macs, and Tish is one of them, and Tanya is one of them, and Tanya just brags all the time at work, about her Mac, and I see her going zoom, zoom, zoom on it, and, I've just looked at the price tags of those jokers and have just been like, nah. Well, business money this summer, I've been building it up, and the pot kept getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, well, I think it's about time that I invest in the business again, and I figure out what's on my wish list that I need. And you guys know that Monarch Press is in operation, so Monarch Educational Services is my business, and I'm hoping to find the next MGYA author that I'm going to take on to become the first in my publishing company. And that means the Mac, and that also means the formatting software. So for my business goals, that's something that I wanted not only for myself, but for the press. So here I am with a Mac, and it was a gift that I bought to myself. And in fact, when I went online to purchase the Mac, and of course they have an educator discount, I'm a teacher guide and homeschool mom, I was like, yay! I got free ear pod things from Solomon. They came with it. I was like, man, I can't stick these things in my ears. So Solomon got himself a new set of ear pod thingies, and he loved them. And I was so excited that he got to have a gift with this too. But I get this, and I send myself a note with it, telling myself how proud I am of myself that I'm able to buy my first ever computer. And this is true. This is the first time I've been able to buy a computer for myself. And it was just a wow moment for me, crossing off my business list because of business goals are there for me. And I've had so much support. And reader support is so, so amazing for me. Not just reader support, Patreon support. I have my Writing Warriors for Jesus Patreon group, and, I've got Teachers Pay Teachers. So I have different, avenues where I'm pulling in. And when people say, go back, guys, all of us in the WWJs are saying, go back and listen to Self-Publishing with Dale from the conference over the weekend. And Dale Roberts is talking diversify. And I'm continuing to diversify and to do that. The Monarch Method is now going to have courses. I'm going to be talking more about that because you guys know when I'm building things or I'm doing things in my life, I'm going to talk about them here on the podcast. And hopefully, you'll be able to pick up some tips and be able to go out and say, let's research this and let's see what Jen's all talking about. So, I'm diversifying even more this week with some new goals for my author business. But I will say that the Mac, man, absolutely love that thing. And my husband gifted me vellum. He wanted to contribute to my business, and he gave me that gift. Now, guys, I was a little worried at first about vellum, and I guess it's because it was this new thing, right? And I was like, how is it going to be that easy? Because here's what finally convinced me. Tish and I were talking about vellum, and one of my other friends, Michelle, she has vellum. And I was talking to one of my publishing friends, and they use it for their company. And they were like, you are going to love this. It is a game changer. Trust us. And I'm like, okay, I keep hearing about this product. One of my other friends was like, well, I just, I go to the ReadZ tools and I use those for interior formatting. And I said, oh, that's cool. So there's an option. There's something else that I could try. You guys can go and look that up. And they were saying how easy it was to use the ReadZ tools for formatting the interior of their book and how professional it looked. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to be not only producing rapid releases for myself. We're going to go back and talk about that strategy again. But I'm going to be in this publishing business for the rest of my life. And if vellum is a tool that can make my life easier, then I really do need to invest in this. So I was telling my husband about it, and we went online and we did our research. We went and watched YouTube videos, and we pulled up this lady, and she did a great tutorial. I can't remember her name. I mean, we just, typing in how to format your book with vellum, VELLUM, and we watched it, and Eli was like, wow, Jennifer, that looks super easy. I said, I know it does, and I've got books in my hand that show me how beautiful it is, because the publishing company, I had some books from them, I had books from my friends, and I was like, yeah, these books look like so professionally well done, and just clean copied, clean. Now, guys, I tried really hard on my interior formatting. I'm serious. You can ask my friends. You can, from the minute Pooja sat with me and helped me with that, with the this page and the that page, and watching the videos and creating a template on Word, and it worked for me temporarily. And then I would get a book, and then the margins would look weird, and it would just kind of be off a little bit, and I'd be like, wait, what is happening in my life? I'm doing all of this work, and I would, tears, guys, and then I would get the format right. And so when I got vellum, I said, let's try with the Sunday Killer. This is going to be the ultimate test. And Eli watched me do it, and I did it in a couple of clicks, and it just was like, whoa. Like, really, guys, I could call this episode Whoa. And it just appeared, and it was choices that I could make. And I know that people will say, well, there are limited choices with vellum with you doing. No, you can add images. And here's what Eli and I did. We chose what we felt looked good for chapter title, header, the first lines for the crime genre. And then I have a whole shelf upstairs of just crime thrillers, mainstream crime thrillers. And I've been collecting them because of the Sunday Killer comp titles, and just to be able to immerse myself in the James Pattersons and the, Michael Connellys and all of the people of the world in crime. So we go up, and I get to pull Susan's book down, and I get to pull Lisa's book down, and I looked at every crime book that I have, and I have quite a few, and we looked at how is it set up, and we did our research again, right in the midst of very popular, bestseller books, and that's what I would suggest that you do. I did that in the library back in the day when I was looking for the Hartwell Chronicles Teenage Exorcist, what do YA horror books look like. And then I got a really good feel for how our chapters looking, the headers, where's the page numbers, and of course it's personal preference too, because we were finding page numbers at the top, page numbers at the bottom, which one did we like. So Eli helped me make these decisions, and he is a thriller reader. And as a reader, he had an opportunity also to be able to look at it. I looked at it from the publishing side, and he looked at it from the reader side, and we crafted the vellum book together with making these choices for the Sunday Killer. So I pushed the little buttons, guys. Seriously, it's so easy, and I would not steer you wrong. And the tutorial, I had watched it. It was like a 10-minute, and it was how do you add an acknowledgement page, or how do you add an about the author page, or here's how you put in a dedication. And I went very, simplistic with it. And then, y'all, guess what page I forgot to add? I'm not perfect. I'm still human. Please leave a review, go to sign up for my newsletter, that's page that everybody was like, oh, you need to add that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to add that in the Sunday Killer. After I put it up and had it approved, I was like, oh no, I left that page out. I was like, well, I'm just going to tell everybody. I'll tell everybody. So Vellum did its little thing, and I got it ready for publication. Then I was so nervous because I could see it, right? I could see the beauty on the screen. I could see it. Then I was like, what's going to happen when I go to Ingram Spark? So, in the past, now guys, listen, I love Ingram Spark. Here are the companies that I use. People ask me all the time, and each book has its own choice. I use Ingram Spark, I use KDP, and I use Draft Digital. And so, and for print too. So Draft Digital I also use for print. So I'm like, okay, so this book, The Sunday Killer, I'm going to go with Ingram Spark. So my business money was to the point where I could get my bulk ISBNs. So I took the plunge and I got the bulk. Remember, my press is here, and I'm praying for YA and MG authors to come my way that I can publish and it can become a part of Monarch and be monarchs with me. So I said, it's time. Bulk ISBNs. So I got all of that, and then I'm like, okay, it's The Sunday Killer. Here we go. Yeah. I go to Ingram, and I can remember the days when I would put up a template that I had worked really hard on, and when it would go, because I have 10 books in Ingram already, I would get it to Ingram, and then I would get the error messages. And it would be something about images. It would be something about Times New Roman somewhere in like a header or a footer or in a space or something. Y'all, I'm not kidding. And it would take me like hours. I would have to look through 300 pages of them, 200 pages of a manuscript, and I'd be going and looking this and that. Where's this little red dot? And then it would be, again, I would have to do it. So I was a little like, did I do Vellum right? Because, it's the first time working the program. Sure enough, guys, I put it on Ingram Spark, and guess what? It passed. First time. And I said, well, now the proof is going to be in the pudding, and I'm going to get 5 copies because I need my proofs, and I got to hold them in my hand. So I got the notification finally that the books have been shipped from the distribution center, and hopefully I'm going to have them in my hand. I did express shipping because I want them now. I did a 2-day because I need to have the books right in my hand before the 31st. So I ordered 5 copies. The good thing here is that it's not going to have proof across of it. So if they come back and they look great and the interior is set up right and everything goes to plan, then I'm going to have 5 clean copies that I will not only be able to give away and send to my cover designer, Tish Bouvier. I'll be able to have copies for myself, initial copies that I can show when we're going to be going to the library. So I think it's important to have the proofs anyway, that. But my proof copy for Love Over Pizza, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it, so I only bought one because it had the for sale, not for sale sign across of it, But with Ingram Spark, it's not going to have that, so I went ahead and bought 5. I was like, even if it's just for family, if I find something and I need to do a quick return, then it's for family. I can give it to Aunt Dot, I can give it to people and then give them another one later. And just keep it to hold up for YouTube videos, and to show you guys how I might have messed up and how I'm learning and building. So the Vellum, it was awesome, guys. The whole Vellum program, I was so impressed, and now I just cannot wait to hold the Sunday Killer in my hand. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Then I'm going to do a tutorial. So Eli was like, jump online, Jen, and show everybody how easy. I said, no, I want to wait till the book comes. I want to be able to hold the book up. I want to be able to see, just to make sure that I clicked everything and did everything, so that way I don't steer someone wrong. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So get ready, because on my to-do list is to build more vellum books. I'm going to go back to old books, and I'm going to build them with vellum. And in fact, the ones that are on Draft Digital right now, all my Bible devotionals, I'm going back, guys. I'm going to redo interiors, and I'm really excited about that. So you're talking about a complete makeover. And I knew that I wanted to do a makeover of my brand, talking about covers, talking about interior. So vellum is just exactly what I needed, and it came at a time when I knew the Sunday Killer was about to be placed out into the world, and I had a quick turnaround, because when I was with the publishing company, they set the date for August 31st, and I was telling everyone August 31st. Well, then when the publishing company closed, here I am with my files back that had went through complete edits by Kimberly. Thanks, Kim. You were an amazing editor. And I got Kim's final back, and I had the files. Well, what do I do with these files now? What's the next step? I got to now do interior formatting. Well, vellum was the ticket, y'all. And so I'm just shouting it to the rooftops right now from the user side before I get the proofs. So just stay tuned. I will let you guys know. But always having, your wish list beside you, because then when you have an opportunity to grow and to purchase items, you know exactly your priority. I bought another item, and it was a priority for me, and it's for creation of video, and I'm going to share a little bit more about that one on another episode, so stay tuned. The Jen Lowry writes, well, guys, I'm at work. Guys, it started. Teachers are back in school. We have a week with the teachers. Then we go back into the classroom next week. Please pray for the teachers today. It's our first day back. Please pray for our staff. Please pray for our leaders. Pray for our families. Please pray for our parents making decisions during this time. Please pray for our children as they come back for the first time. I'm going to be teaching 2 classes now, and that means that I'm going to have more demands on me than I've had in the past as far as direct instruction, because there's 2 different preps. So just say prayers for me as I move into this busy season, and I'll be talking with you guys more on the way to work. All right. I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Happy Monday. And I will share more and more author news and tips with you. So make sure that you follow the podcast. I've got some great episodes this week. I'm meeting the executive producer of Skater Girl from Netflix. He's going to be on the show. I've got a water scientist coming too, guys. You never know what's going to be on Jen Lowry Writes, and I'm just very thankful for who the Lord connects me with publicists and authors, and just really excited to be able to share their stories with you. All right, guys, talk to y'all later. Bye. Now that you've found me on the Jen Lowry Writes podcast, I challenge you to head over to where books are sold and find me there. I've published 11 books so far, and I write clean books for all ages. Horror, paranormal, sweet romance, fantasy, historical fiction, you name it. I've got your genre. Search Jen Lowry at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Kobo, and more. And for my Bible devotionals, you'll see my full name, Dr. Jennifer Eichner Lowry, on Amazon. So I challenge you today to go out there and write something inspiring and share it with the world. Thanks for joining me on Jen Lowry Writes. You guys have a blessed day.